Now that the Labour Party in all of the polls are getting a ferocious hammering in all of today's newspapers, and wipeout is being used and otherwise. Deputy Derek Nolan joins me on line one. Deputy Nolan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Keith.
You're bothered by the polls haven't even opened yet, the votes haven't been counted, and you're bothered by all of the coverage, indeed both local and national, in relation to a wipeout of the Labour Party. Have you not woken up and smelt the coffee yet?
Well, Derek? I wouldn't say that's the case, Keith. What has me bothered is an article in today's paper, a local Galway paper, the Sentinel, that says that based on Finnegan bookies odds, without any polling data or any
Finnegan bookies odds
myself, by John Mulholland's bookies odds. I mean, that's gossip. To put on the front page of a local newspaper that Labour is going to be wiped out on the basis of chit-chat amongst political economists, without having talked to anybody on the ground who's out and about.
But hang on, but just pause for 1 second now, because you're highly excited about this today. Look at all the other coverage today. Eamon Gilmore has been told by the chairman of your party to step down as chairman and from his portfolio in foreign affairs. I mean, the writing seems to be on the wall. I have an issue with polls, by the way, but the writing seems to be on the wall that Labour is going to get a fair old drumming in this election.
See, the issue is that national polls are never applicable to the Labour Party, because we have areas where we're strong and areas where we're not.
How do you mean national polls are not applicable to the Labour Party? A poll is a poll is a poll.
But in the
so you're saying that they're rubbish?
No, I'm not. I mean, Keith, I'll be very honest with you. Do I wish the polls were a lot higher? I would do. Are they as they are in the national newspapers? Yes, they are. But are there regional variances between the Labour Party vote? Absolutely. I mean, Galway has always had a strong Labour vote, going back to the days when Michael D started off.
Yeah, but you went. Yeah, absolutely. Michael D had a very strong vote, and you benefited from that strong vote. But I mean, it's a lot of water has passed under the bridge since then, and you have been in government, and people are angry.
People are angry, but I'll just tell you, I mean, I'm out on the doors for the last 3 weeks. I'm the director of elections for the city campaign, and I'm knocking on doors of people, and the idea that we were being run out of places or attacked or being shouted at is completely and utter nonsense. We are getting a very positive, very warm reception all over the city, be it in the east of the city or be it in the central or in the west. Very positive.
Is this not a knee-jerk reaction from you to the independents and the anti-austerity people who are doing very well also, and they're getting a very strong support out there, and you're panicking at this stage?
I'm not panicking, Keith. What I have an issue with, and I'll be very clear, what I'm disappointed by, is an article on the front page of a local paper today that's saying the Labour Party is going to be wiped out, without having done any polling research, without having done talks to me, without having been out on the canvas, without seeing how we're getting on the doors, and it's just gossip. And to do that to great candidates like we have, like Monica Coxon.
Yeah, you don't bother going into them. We've had them all here. Yeah,
no, but I mean, we're putting their hearts into this.
But would you be honest enough to sit in front of me next Monday morning when the count is over, if and when you're wiped out, and say, "Okay, I got it wrong"?
Keith, I'll come in, as you know, to your studio and talk to you anytime you want. I'll be happy to come in next Monday morning and discuss the issues, the election results. But what I would like beforehand, and this isn't in any way criticism on your show, which is always fair, but what I would like is that if people, when they're making dramatic headlines, which are attacking my candidates in the field, that are based on chit-chat and nothing more, and unresearched,
Derek,
I think that's very unfair.
Derek, it's called politics, so it is, and coverage of politics. Yeah. I mean, you've seen some of the way the candidates are operating, not just in Labour. I mean, in the Connemara region, the Fianna Fáil at themselves. I didn't have to do anything. You know, this is politics. We're in local election, and the national polls are doing you no favours.
No, I agree. I think we're talking about different things, Keith. The national polls aren't where I'd like them to be. But the reaction that we're getting on the doors, and the record of achievement that the Labour Party has on Galway City Council from our existing councillors and from our community candidates who've been working in the community for 20 or 30 years, is not reflecting in that. And what I have an issue with, I will talk to anyone about polls. That's fair enough. They're scientific. They've been researched. They've talked to people and they've got data on it. What isn't scientific and what isn't factual and what is merely gossip is when you talk to people in politics and you get what do you reckon, what do you think, and you put that, an opinion, as a fact on the front page of a local paper 4 days before an election, and you try and say that that's the journalism. That's not quality journalism. Okay, well, that's actually very poor standards.
Well, that's your opinion. Can we get on to can we find Darren on this, if you don't mind? Yeah, control outside, please, and just to see. I mean, he's a fine young man, and he has been with us every step of the way with all of the city candidates, and he's put it together. So let's see, can we lay our hands on him today? Derek, we'll take on board indeed your concerns, but thanks to you for joining us. And do you know what?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I'd be happy to talk to Dara on your show about it.
Well, I asked you this morning to give him a ring. Did you give him a ring this morning?
You didn't ask me to give him a ring, Keith.
I thought I